Ja, schönen guten Morgen nach Österreich. Herzlich willkommen beim Webinar India, the Future of Food, Innovations and New Technologies, organisiert vom AußenwirtschaftsCenter New Delhi. Mein Name ist Hans-Jörg Hörtnagl, ich bin der österreichische Wirtschaftsdelegierte. I switch now to English. So I would like to start with what we as Advantage Austria New Delhi, what we are offering to the Austrian companies. Our major purpose is to provide services to Austrian companies who want to export to India, find a market here. We do market entry studies, find them reliable partners, organize trade delegations, and we're also organizing webinars for different topics. We're having consultants in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan, and also regional offices in Mumbai and Bangalore. Altogether, 700 plus Austrian companies are doing regular business with India, and for the moment we have 150 Austrian subsidiaries established all over India. So India is a very important export destination for the Austrian export industry. It's the 26th largest export destination for Austria. So I'm glad that you participate in this webinar. I also would like to mention that our bilateral trade is increasing. So first half of this year, we had a major increase of 35% of Austrian exports to India, but also the Austrian imports from India are increasing. And maybe as you heard, India, it's the unfortunate pandemic. It looks hopefully that it's almost over, at least from the economic sense. That means India is growing by 8.5% for this year. And maybe as you know, India is one of the major food manufacturers in the world, and there is a need for new technologies. And I think Austrian companies with their high-tech technology solutions, we have a good market here. And that's the reason to organize this webinar to inform me about the potentials here. So I'm very glad that we could invite top speakers for this webinar. We have CEOs, managers from very famous companies, renowned companies like Agrana Fruit, Parle Biscuits, Akras Flavours, and Zappfresh. And with that, I'm going to finish my introduction and I pass the floor to my colleague, our expert, Ajay Singh.
Thank you, sir. Good morning for the audience in Austria and good afternoon to the ones joining from India and from the Asia region. Thank you very much for joining this webinar on India and the future of food, innovation and new technologies in the food industry. My name is Ajay Singh and I am the Senior Advisor to the Commercial Counsellor at Advantage Austria, New Delhi. Ladies and gentlemen, before we hear from our wonderful food tech experts, let me mention few housekeeping rules. The webinar will take place in English. In addition, we will have a dedicated Q&A session at the end. However, if you wish, you can always ask a question in German by using the chat function. I will translate and present your question to our panel. I would advise you to ask the question during the webinar so that we can collect it in the meanwhile and read it out during the dedicated Q&A session at the end. Moreover, it's important to note that the webinar is live, but it will also be recorded and available on our YouTube channels. You can skip taking the screenshot during the webinar. All the presentation will be available on our website, wekao.at as well. With that, I will give you an overview on future of food in India and innovation and technologies in the food industry. So as you can see on your screen, India has a humongous food industry, the 6th largest in the world. Retail startups accounts for about 70% of the total sales in this segment. The food tech industry is growing rapidly with the emergence and development of verticals like food and grocery delivery, personal chefs, box delivery, on-demand meals. These are becoming popular day by day. The main players, as you can see, delivery startups are Swiggy, Zomato, Fastos for the restaurant delivery, Flipkart, Big Basket, Licious, Zappfresh for the marketplaces. Chayos and Chai Point are great startup for tea, chai delivery. And Milk Basket is a startup specialized in the eggs, bread, butter, and juice delivery. In the food science sector, Vera 91 is a power brand which sells flavorful beers. Pepperwort sells natural drinks that convey a message, and ID Fresh, food producer, a butter with only natural ingredient. In the agtech sector, you see Ninja Cart is the principal agriculture marketplace with Waycool in the second position, and food service companies like Easy Diners and Dine Out. Let me move to the next slide. Yeah. So India's food ecosystem offers opportunities for investment with stimulating growth in the food retail sector with favorable economic policies and attractive incentive. The government has sanctioned 41 food parks funded under the Mega Food Park Scheme. As of 1st August 2021, there are 22 food parks are functioning in the country. By 2025, India's food processing industry is expected to be worth over $500 billion. By 2030, Indian annual household consumption to treble, making India fifth largest consumer. And 100% FDI is permitted under the automatic route in food processing industries in India. 100% FDI is also allowed through the government approval route for trading, including through e-commerce in respect of food producers, product manufactured or produced in India. And the numbers and figures can go on and on, but today is my lucky day to have flag bearers of the food tech in India. With great pleasure, let me introduce our speakers today. They will tell us about the present and the future technologies in food sector in India and the market opportunities for the Austrian companies. Now, without further ado, I would like to request Mr. Supriyo, CEO, Agrana Fruits India Private Limited, to make his presentation on food tech in India. Mr. Day, you can start now.
Thank you, Ajay, for setting up the tone. Good afternoon, good morning, and a warm welcome to all the panelists and the audience. I'm delighted to be part of today's webinar. My sincere thanks to Australian Embassy for giving us this opportunity to talk on such an interesting topic, India and future of food industry, with respect to innovation and new technologies. Ajay, can we have the next slide, please? Thank you. So in the next 10 minutes, I will be briefly talking about Agrana in terms of what we do, followed by India, a land of 10x growth opportunity, factors that are influencing demand, and on the food industry dynamics. Then I will be covering various aspects of how innovation and new technologies are influencing the food industry. Lastly, we'll share some of our experiences and then conclude. Agrana was founded in 1988. We are headquartered in Vienna, Austria. We operate under 3 business segments. Yeah, thank you. We operate under 3 business segments: fruit, starch, and sugar. We start with agriculture produce, we refine and process them, and offer solutions to industrial customers and consumers. We supply to global accounts like Unilever, Danone, Lactalis, many regional and local industrial customers like Amul, Epigamia, Raw Pressery, etc. We offer our solutions and services to multiple end-use segments. In food space, dairy, ice cream, beverage, bakery, etc. And in non-food segment, it's like paper, textile, fermentation industry. Our vision is to delight our customers every day by bringing valuable solutions to the world. Now let's look at why India's land of 10x opportunity and where is the food industry headed. Indian food industry today presents a fantastic growth opportunity. Some of the factors such as GDP growth rate of 8% plus, its expanding population base with increasing disposable income, changing food habits, matched by government's support for Make in India, makes it ideal for attracting investment and creates space for sustainable industry growth. A quick overview on the food industry front, which has several positives. One can easily see as it offers high growth rates at an industry and also at a category level, opening up of new food segments, improvement in basic infrastructure, growth in organized retail such as malls and hypermarkets. All these combined presents massive growth opportunity and leads to rapid market expansion in decades to come. The growth opportunity that lies before the food industry is illustrated by this S-curve with current base of $300+ billion, and it is all set to move to $500+ billion with more growth to follow thereafter. The same story is repeated if we closely look at the several food categories comprising the industry. The demand supply gap, slide back. The demand supply gap that exists across several sectors also exemplifies the growth potential. Now at our company level, we can also vouch for the same. We have been successfully bringing out innovative solutions, collaborating with customers, which have helped us to accelerate with respect to volume, revenues, and margins. The takeaway from this busy slide is that food industry can further accelerate through innovation and new technologies by exploiting the several favorable factors that already exist. And that innovation need not to be confined to product per se, but must be applied in the areas of digital technology, channel innovation, communication. All these can further create and sustain the forward momentum. Now we move ahead and we take a closer look at some of the innovations in the Indian food industry through specific examples. High pressure processing, this is making a headway in India. This innovation can be applied to many other food categories. Its main benefit is to process and keep the food fresh and nutritious, which today is done by use of preservative. It has already started, and we see juices and curries in this segment. Raw pressurist positioning of being authentic, Nature Fresh has led to wide acceptance of this brand. Another example, Nutty have introduced ready-to-eat curries. Indian curries is a huge category, a good example of an opportunity to be tapped through innovations and technological advancements. Meatless meat as a concept with added improvement in product texture, taste, and flavor can really influence food habits. The ground is already set as many are looking for vegan alternatives to meat. Huge opportunity exists for vitamins and fiber-enriched vegetable kebabs, nuggets, etc. Some Indian companies have already seized this opportunity. brands such as Veggie Champ and Whistler have already made inroads. Products and consumers exist. Now, the connect needs to be established with more innovative concepts and communication, which will enable explosive growth. Plant-based protein foods presents another opportunity of promise that can target individuals aspiring for healthy lifestyle on one hand and for invalids on the other. This concept is grossly underutilized. Paneer is staple for many Indians. We have significant vegetarian population. Tofu, which tastes and looks like paneer, has all the goodness. Besides that, it is available in different flavors. And being a cheaper alternative means paneer has serious competition. Given its low market penetration, offers double-digit growth opportunity for times to come. Yet another example of plant protein is chickpeas. Given its inherent properties like nutrient-rich, tasty, and plentiful supply, needs to be capitalized by food innovators. The last section on the food innovation is frozen foods, which is absolutely ready for takeoff. Modern life is exerting tremendous pressure on existing lifestyle, and these are giving ways to those who value convenience and time. Godrej Yummies is using individual quick frozen technology, also known as IQF, with a large range of product offerings, which provides convenient and hygienic food for time-starved modern households. Yet another example, Tata Frozen Foods uses unique freezing technology, which keeps the food fresh for really long. So there are some key learnings which I would like to share. Despite many things being positive, there can be some stumbles if certain aspects are overlooked. Primary amongst them is the old adage of knowing the 4 C's: the consumers, the customers, your own competency, and competitors. India's diversity makes this a little more challenging, as the consumer behavior and the regional taste and preferences calls for in-depth understanding and planning. The same goes for market environment that has its own peculiarities. We see this as we move from one geography to another. Lastly, we cannot stress enough that first mover in the food industry endows the player with decisive advantage, provided we quickly learn and speedily incorporate them in our planning and execution by keeping our operative strategy evolving and dynamic. To sum up, the food industry in India is poised for a decade of remarkable growth, taking strength from several growth drivers which are in its favor. The growth can be further fast-forwarded if more innovative and new technologies are brought in, which can leverage these growth factors. Last but not the least is to have faster learning loop that constantly adjusts in light of new information and data, fine-tune strategy and execution. Thank you. Over to you, Ajay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Day, for your amazing presentations. Lots of new insights and learning for us. Thanks for sharing. Now I request Mr. Sameer Monga, International Business Manager, Europe, Parle Biscuits Private Limited, to give his presentation on challenges and opportunities of the food tech sector. Over to you, Mr. Monga.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So Parle is USD 2.5 million conglomerate, started in India, in Bombay. So we manufacture and market cookies, crackers, and confectionery all over the world. We is as per Nielsen data and BBC, we are the world's largest selling cookies Parle-G, and we are the #1 brand in terms of volume across the world. With over 30% of total market share in India, is the top, 5 companies in FMCG sector in India, and we are growing at 20% CAGR for last 5 years. About Parle products, we are the top 5 FMCG of India and top 3 food company. Recently, we are getting into snacks and namkeen category, and we are launching in our European market as well in USA market. So we are launching in 170 and 340 grams bag. Our major brands are Parle-G, 2020 cookies, Mango, Crack Jack, Hide and Seek, Mary, Screams, Gold, Fab, Happy. As I know, anyone from India definitely have eaten the Parle-G with the tea, definitely. And Mango White and Kacha Mango Bites are our confectionery brands, Poppins and Biscuits. So Parle currently have got 128 manufacturing units in India, and these units produce around 49 brands and 200 SKU every month. We have got quite vast distribution network in India. We have got roughly 5,800 distributor currently, where we are supplying each and every village, district, taluka, state. We are covering across India by this 5,800 strong distribution network. We have got 8 manufacturing units out of India, where we are supplying mostly our focus in African markets, but recently we have started in Mexico last year in 2019, where we are focusing on supplying to the whole South American countries. Now we are also looking into the avenues how we can start up our own factory in Europe as well, so that we can cover the mainstream population in European market, and also how we can get into the all other small countries in Europe. So we are covering currently 110 plus countries across all the continents. USA, Canada is our key market, along with our African market, and now we have massively grown in European market as well. We have got roughly, you can say, a distributor in all the major European countries: France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Ireland. We recently in discussion with one of the Austrian distributor, Akras Food as well. We are opening up in Czech Republic as well. We have opened in Poland. Now we are going to East European countries as well. So in Europe now we are directly into 11 countries, and 18 countries we are covering roughly through our sub distributions, through our UK distribution as well. Parle is present in all the key supermarkets across the world, and we have now in Asda, Walmart here in UK, and now working on the Morrison and Tesco project. So you can see all the key supermarkets or multiple modern trades across the world are storing Parle, and Parle is key in their everyday sales. Parle CSR initiative means we, as you know, this COP meeting is going on, and now we are driving over this CSR initiative. We have got our environmental initiative where we are doing Parle My Green Planet. We are doing the tree plantations, water conservation, electricity consumption, because this is our focus for the next generations. How and we are developing the younger generation through school improvement, sport, and involvement. Unique company. We are working an employee partnership program on going initiative like donation, adoption of orphanages, old age homes, homes of different able children or people, empowering women through skill development in community and within company, conservation of wedding culture and traditional art practices. So as a company, we always look for our CSR initiative. These are our brand portfolio where we are now added the savory lanes or namkeen range along with wafers, which is a growing segment across the FMCG sector. So Parle is now like with a portfolio of 200 brands SKU across. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Monga. for your insightful presentation. And Parle Ji, as we all know from our childhood, is the most famous and favorite biscuit brand in India. I feel like having one right now. May I
Thanks.
remind our audience, you can ask question via chat function right now and as well, and I will make sure to bring it to our speakers at the end of all the presentation. Now I would like to request Mr. P. Baskaran, Managing Director, Akras Flavours India Private Limited, to give his presentation on the future of food, innovation, and the new technologies in the food industry. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, Austria. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to interact with you. My name is Baskaran. I'm representing Akras Flavours India. Thank you, Mr. Ajay. Yeah, thank you very much, Ajay. I'll be discussing with you about Akras as a flavor company, what we are doing in India, also about myself. After that, I'll be discussing about future of India. What are we right now? What will be after few decades? What are the challenges we are facing in India? What kind of support we as a company or as a public we request or we expect from developed nations like you? Also, what kind of technology you wanted to adopt? What kind of technology we are having right now? How Corona or COVID situation made us and how we are managing right now? Also about different kinds of industry segments. What are we right now? What will be over a period of time? Also the finance model. What will help us to procure more food processing machineries from Europe and also food processing industries from other countries. We as Akras Flavor are the manufacturer of flavors, beverage bases, beverage compounds. In 1938, Mr. Anton Krasny started the company called Austria, Akras Flavors in Austria. They were into trading of beverage bases, beverage compounds. Slowly, they moved into manufacturing of beverage bases, beverage compounds, and then they started their spray drying facility. Later, they moved into manufacturing of flavors in Vienna. Then they started a company in India in 2012 called Akras Flavors India. The expansion is moving on right now. Coming to my profile as a technocrat, I mean, basically, I'm a technocrat, flavorist by profession, and also an entrepreneur right now, having 26 years of experience in food and allied industries. Earlier, I worked as a chief flavorist in Austria. Now, I became joint venture partner of Akras Flavors India. Right now, we are supporting to many food processing industries in Asia, Africa, and Middle East. Right now, across India, we have 70 families. 70 families means we have 70 employees right now. And also we spread across 1.5 hectares with a new facility. We are exporting to many continents, I told you earlier. Future of India. See, I would say Indian food processing industry can be a global hub, food production hub for future requirements. And also a very good consumer, because a lot of young population, more than 40% of Indian population is young. So the consumption is more. The food consumption will be more. And also many of them are many skilled laborers, all highly educated people are there. They are moving around across the globe. So they got to know many international tastes. And also earlier, Indian family was more conservative, more saving. Earlier, every family wanted to save wealth for future generation. Now the trend is slowly changing. People wanting to spend, live their life today. Today's life, they wanted to enjoy their life. It means they want to buy many products. They wanted to enjoy their life. So the disposable income has increased right now. So because of that, there is an increase in packaged foods. There is a shift from a table variety of fruits like that. Like any earlier, we used to buy a lot of mango, whatever, any fruit you can name it. We used to buy cut and use. Right now, the trend is changed. People wanting to have different kinds of juices, different kinds of milkshakes, and different kinds of formats of other fruits. So there is an increase in demand for a juice-based company or any company which produces a product based on the fruit. And also value addition on the agri-produce also increasing. Agriculture waste management. There are sizable NRIs. There are a lot of Indians moved across the globe. They present in various countries. They also need many Indian products. There is a chance for exports. Also, the brand awareness. Many people earlier wanting to buy only the local product. Right now, the awareness is increased. People wanting to buy branded items. And also government policies like Make in India, startup also pushing for the good future. The next level is on the healthy lifestyle. Everyone wanting to have a healthy life, and also they aware about their fitness. They wanting to have a natural products with natural tags, on-the-go snacks, ready to meal. There are so much happening in India right now. It is a good opportunity for many food processing industries and also food processing machineries from Europe. And also people wanting to have a new flavors. They wanted to experience new innovative products also, especially the millennials. Millennials, because of the global trend or awareness from their internet, they got to know many new products available across the globe. They wanted to buy similar kind of product, which will help us to bring in a lot of foreign companies to India. And also they greatly influenced by Western tasters. The sustainability. Apart from that, the young millennials much more concerned about the environmental issues. They are looking for a sustainable products. So this is also an opportunity for non-plastic based packaging industries. Challenge. What I am saying, there are so many challenges we are facing today, especially on the agricultural product. Only 10% of the agricultural produce is produced as a value-added product, from the fruit to fruit juice or fruit juice to some other product. So farm produce will definitely, rural agri entrepreneurship will evolve in a big scale. Though the companies which you are producing different kinds of food processing equipments and also different kinds of food processing company will be definitely having an opportunity in India. Second one is, whatever we produce, we are losing. I mean, we are wasting many agricultural products every year here because of improper harvesting, improper storage facilities, processing losses, and also mishandling. There are so many ill packaged equipments and also a weak cold chain. These are all the challenges what we are facing today, but it is an opportunity for Western countries. They can come in with different kinds of packaging equipments or processing equipments. It will be an opportunity. And also there is a rural entrepreneurship, the awareness on the rural entrepreneurship. Every Indian wanted to be an entrepreneur on their own. Even you can take a small flower selling women on the street or street food guys, many people wanting to live on their own. This is a kind of mindset, but if you can tie up with the rural people, there will be an opportunity for micro and small industries from Austria. They can tie up with their own technology. They can teach them. They can advise them how to do business. Then there will be a there are some small timers from Austria can seize these kind of opportunities. And also we can have a second one is the modern agricultural equipments. Coming to agriculture, there are so many agriculture equipments for post harvesting and harvesting time we are looking from Western countries. This is an opportunity. And also the supply chain, smart warehousing, logistics using new type of technologies can help India to reduce the wastage during storage time. Technology in food processing. Most of the startups in India many are belonging to agri-tech domain or food retail service domain. There are very few are in the food processing line. It is an opportunity for Western countries can invest in India to seize these opportunities. Then innovative products like wellness, health and nutrition products, there is a huge opportunity because of the awareness. During this pandemic time, many companies in India innovated and launched new products, made huge business. Similar that we can also similar kind of trends on the hygiene product also might continue. Also, we are looking for shelf enhancement solutions. The challenges here and also a corporate versus MSME. What kind of challenges we have here is the entrepreneur skills and the interest. It is more, but we are lacking on the technology front and also the finance front. The second thing is there is a huge competition versus organized versus unorganized segment in food processing. This leads to a price war, but if you have a quality machineries with reduced manpower, with reduced waste, byproduct by and also byproduct utilization can help us to bring more technology upfront product with optimized cost. The pandemic opportunity, because of I know that everybody knows that we suffered a lot because of COVID, but it created many opportunities on hygiene protocol side. This segment emerged as a big segment during this pandemic time. There are so many food safety and hygiene in India. There are so many products evolved like temperature control, frequent sanitation machines, then mask manufacturing machines and other packing machines too. These are all the things definitely will bring in a lot of opportunity to Western countries. Contactless solutions for food processing industries like delivery robots, digital menus, in-app ordering. There are so many other innovative products can be an opportunity in India. And also the China plus one strategy. India is right now looked differently post-pandemic. It can be a very good supportive or like China, we can also produce lot many chemicals, lot many materials with cheaper cost. So there is an opportunity in India. Coming to segment wise, there is a cloud kitchen concept is evolving compared to QSR segments. QSR is quick service restaurants. Cloud kitchens are earlier it was around only 400 million in 2009. Now it has become 2 billion because many are shifting from quick service restaurant to cloud kitchen because there is a significant cost saving happens, and also this model is made many tie-ups with food aggregators. There is an offline and online model is there at a cheaper cost. Similar kind of concepts or similar kind of industries in Austria can invest in India. There is a big potential for this segment. The bakery industries, one of the oldest and big industry in India. It is valued around 7.6 billion right now. It will be more than 12.5 billion by 2026. This segment also dominated by unorganized with strong thrust on innovation. We used to deal with a lot of bakery industries. They are competing with the corporates and also they wanting to develop many innovative products. People, those who are all looking for a joint venture in this segment, there is a great opportunity for Austrian companies. They also looking for a quality modern baking equipments, and also the consumers. Consumers also used to Western taste, so they know many international products. Similar kind of product will be having a good market in India. Those who are all producing similar kind of products, there will be an opportunity. Then especially millennials, again I'm talking about millennials because they look for new innovative concept. The last concept here is home bakers. Home bakers is a small segment, but they need a lot of small level food processing and baking machines in India. This segment is slowly evolving. This will be an opportunity for Austrian companies, those who are all into this segment. Confectionery. The market value is very big. Indians celebrate with sweets always on any occasion. Also, this industry as a conventional confectionery in sweets, Indian traditional sweets, and also versus toffees, hot boiled candies, plus molded chocolate. There will be a competition between these industries if you have a sizable food processing machineries to support this segment will be a good opportunity in India. Then beverage. Our annual beverage consumption is very, very low as compared to Western countries. It means there is a huge opportunity if you come up with traditional drink model or ethnic drinks or any Western drinks will be having a huge opportunity in India. Then allied food processing industries. Apart from these segments, there are so many farm equipments are required for India to manage the agricultural expenditure because the agricultural manpower is not at all available in India right now. It might lead to a lot of opportunity. And also there are aroma chemical units. There are so many other segments we can look for it. The last one, see, many of the medium level and small level industries are available, but they need support to buy these machineries. Any food processing machinery manufacturers in Austria, if they adopt some lend and lease model or buyback of their used machines or selling the used machines or to sell their food processing machine, they can have a tie-up with any banks like automobiles, like car sales, how it happens. Similar to that, similar kind of concept will definitely help to promote your products in India because many of the small time and medium and small industries are looking for a quality machineries from Europe, not only from China and also from Europe with affordable cost. If anybody can supply like that, it will be a huge opportunity. Thank you for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Baskaran, for this wonderful, or should I say, flavorful presentation.
Thank you.
I'm sure people listening to you all over Austria and other parts of the world would be feeling hungry by now. Thanks again, Mr. Baskaran.
Thank you.
And finally, we have Mr. Deepnshu Manchanda, CEO, Zappfresh. Mr. Manchanda, a very warm welcome to you. Stage is all yours. Over to you, Mr. Manchanda.
Hi, thank you so much, Ajay. It's been a pleasure, to be attending this, webinar here. I really enjoyed all the speakers. So just to give you a little background, we are a fresh meat delivery company based out of NCR, and the brand name is Zappfresh. So we basically started this in 2015, and we are in the space of organizing the fresh meat delivery space, which is poultry, goat meat, and seafood. That's how the packaging looks. It's a vacuum packed product. We bring it to the customers at home. We're a full stack brand, so right from the farmer to the doorstep of the customer, the entire supply chain is managed by us, and that's how we have grown our business in the last 6 years. I'm going to give you a little overview on the opportunity in the meat space, and mainly from the protein deficiency side as well. Can we move to the next slide? So as we are aware that India, from the size, is a fairly large market. We look at 1.3 billion people, out of which 72% of them are non-vegetarians, and we are looking at targeting the high disposable income group, which is mainly residing in top tier cities, tier 1 cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, and this number comes to about 0.15 billion. So that's a huge market size, which is growing at almost 20% CAGR. And overall, the consumption and the trade volume also in the fresh poultry and fresh meat space is massively large, which is moving to about 40 to 50 billion dollar industry, and actually it's growing very, very fast annually. We also look at India as the largest producer of meat and seafood in the world. We are one of the top 5 when it comes to seafood exports. Also, when it comes to other meats like goat meat and buffalo meat, India is topping the charts there in terms of exporting. Domestically, however, there has been very little which was disrupted. So we started looking at the Indian context, and that's how a lot of innovation has been happening now in the protein space and mainly in the meat space. So we were the front runners, we were the thought leaders. I actually coined and started the category myself. So yeah, I mean, looking at the whole potential, we believe that the supply chain ecosystem and the demand side is going through various challenges, because in the country we have not really progressed the way we should be in the meat segment primarily. Looking at access to technology, information, credit support to the vendors, looking at unfair trade practices as another challenge, opportunities at large, whether it is technology or a process, right from cold chain to controlling wastages and supporting the vendor base has been a task, and also high prices for feed for poultry industry is also impacting the ecosystem on the supply chain side. So we believe that there should be a lot which needs to be still done on the back end side of the meat or the protein supply chain per se. Yeah, so that's a short, sweet highlight on the industry, and to give you a little more perspective on our plans and what we have done in the last 6 years, I'll probably take another 3 minutes to help you understand that. So see, basically we are looking at bringing innovation and disrupting the protein space. The vision is to bring healthy eating and upping the health quotient of the new India. And with that, there are possibilities to expand, product assortment wise, where we are looking at expanding into ready to eats, also thinking on looking at technologies for further innovation in the processed space, also leveraging technology to improve traceability, because considering it's into agri, the traceability from the farm to home is where another opportunity is there, from showcasing it to the customer, that where the produce is coming from, how has it been treated, what has been the process it has gone through. So I think where that's one opportunity which we will be leveraging, and also offshore opportunities. We're looking at expanding into other regions other than India as a form of exports, will be on our plans going forward. We are a venture capital funded company, and we are actively looking at partnering with some new strategic tie-ups, and whether it is investments or whether it is product partnerships. We are very open to expand and explore the newer categories in the protein space. So that's broadly what it is, I have to say. Thank you so much, everybody, and really nice having all of you here and listen to you guys.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manchanda. Your company is doing innovative marketing and optimized delivery, benefiting the large number of meat lovers in the country. And now, obviously, I'm 100% sure our audience must be feeling hungry after such an amazing presentation. So let's see some Q&A. Wonderful. Our audience is hungry but very active today. We have few questions, and I will read it out as they were asked. For Mr. Day. Mr. Day, can you switch on your camera and microphone, please?
Sure.
Yeah. So the question for you is what Agrana can offer in India, and how can Austrian companies be benefited from its association in India?
So Ajay, can I have your question once again, just to make sure that I understand it correctly?
Yes. So the question is what Agrana can offer in India to the Austrian companies looking to enter the market.
Okay. I mean, we can share our experiences, first place, in terms of what are the do's and don'ts when we are looking at entering Indian market. As I said that we are in the fruit space at the moment here in India. We do have import possibilities of various fruits which are, grown in Europe, because that could be one of the possible areas of association where we can look at some sourcing of exotic fruits from Europe. So these are the two areas where I think we can definitely collaborate.
Yep, perfect. Next question for Mr. Monga. Can you turn on your camera and microphone, please, Mr. Monga?
Yeah.
So the question for you is, does Parle supports innovation from startups in Austria, and what are the products and opportunities Austrian companies be looking at in India?
Basically, we can look for joint venture partnership in terms of any biscuit or bakery company back in Austria, because we are now in a process where we are thinking of getting our co-packaging done here in Europe, so that the customer or a local consumer can get the benefit of duties, so that the local consumer don't need to pay any duty here locally. So
Yep.
in India as well, in Austria, if they are looking for partner distribution in mainstream or ethnic sector, we are more than happy to give it.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Baskaran, very quickly, there is a question on the opportunities available in post-pandemic India you talked about. What are the opportunities after the pandemic for the Austrian companies in India?
The opportunities like hygiene products. Those who are all producing hygiene products in Austria can come to India. There are so many cleaning protocols and contactless solutions, biometric products, and automatic lavatory systems also available right now. In not only in food processing industries, and also in wherever the human movement is more, like malls and other places, people wanting to have contactless solutions. That will be a huge opportunity in India.
Perfect.
Also cleaning equipment.
Yeah.
Also cleaning equipment. Yeah, there now many industries are getting cleaner and cleaner because of this COVID.
Yep, that's really makes sense now. Yeah, for Mr. Manchanda, can you turn on your camera, please?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. So India is seen as mainly vegetarian country from the European perspective. So what do you think? What are the collaboration opportunities with you for the Austrian companies in India and vice versa?
So I see huge potential when it comes to protein as a space. Mainly meat. If we talk about, there are different type of processed products, including cold cuts or other ready-to-eat products, which are which will definitely be attracting a lot of volumes here, both from institutional and retail, and anywhere where there is the health quotient and hygiene is at a better comparative, considering the Indian products. I think consumers will really go for it. Of course, dependent on what the product is, that will depend on a lot on that, but there could be possible JVs which we will be very open to in order to bring some Austrian products to the country. Mainly distributing it online or offline. We could act as a partner there, and also to export some products from India. So there are both the possibilities, both from the standpoint of offline distribution and also the online distribution.
Perfect. Now I would like to request to Mr. Hans-Jörg Hörtnagl, Commercial Counsellor, Advantage Austria New Delhi, for his comments and thanks note. Thank you all, the speakers and the participants. Signing off now. Namaste.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you very much for organizing this event. Well, first of all, I would like to thank our speakers, not only for sharing their knowledge and expertise, but also, like Mr. Day said, for offering their continuous service to the Austrian companies which want to enter the market here. So to the Austrian participants, as you know, the AußenwirtschaftsCenter New Delhi is here for you. We offer you our full service. Please use that if you consider entering this very interesting, promising market. Thank you also for our speakers for highlighting potential here. And as I said before, we have a full range of experts within our office. We have network contacts all over India. Please use that. We can offer you from our side a special entry package into the India market. So it's just not providing addresses. We can accompany you a full year. And our interest is to establish you in the India market, but also if you're here already represented in India, we can offer you our services. We can be of the best help of you in expanding your network and your contacts, and any kind of information or help you need, we are here for you. So with that, we are ending our webinar, and I hope to see you soon in person. Thank you very much.